Hello everybody, it's me, Tristan, and today I'm going to talk about a little bit about my opinion as to the best and worst signs of the zodiac. And I mean, there aren't really any that are best or worst, but there are still some that I'm more attracted to than others. And I think I've made no secret in the past that my personal favorite zodiac sign is Aquarius. And I mean, some people might say, well, that's because my moon is in Aquarius. But I have a lot of planets in a lot of things. Like, my sun is in Libra, and my Mars is in Sagittarius. But, even given all that, Aquarius is still the one that resonates most with me. And, I think that with Aquarius, first of all, it's, the most logical sign, the most innovative sign, the most maybe free-thinking sign. And those are qualities that I've always admired long before I, knew anything about astrology or knew anything about the Aquarius sign. And I think it's because it's also the least emotional, it doesn't let emotion sort of get in the way of learning, of living life to the fullest. And that may seem like a contradiction, like emotions getting in the way of living life to the fullest. You need emotions to live life to the fullest. And there's still, of course, room for emotion, but emotion doesn't consume the Aquarian as it does some other signs. So you can still experience emotion. It just doesn't control you. You control it. So that's a very admirable quality in my opinion. Another sign that I really like is Sagittarius, and it's a sort of the philosophical one. So I'm very interested in philosophy. I'm very interested in sort of especially other people's perspectives on philosophy, but my own thinking as well. So that's something that sort of draws me towards that sign. It's also a very hard-working sign, a very focused sign, and those are also, qualities that I admire, and I think enrich people's lives if they possess those qualities. And then as far as signs that I don't much care for, I'm going to have to go with the water signs with that. And I think I'm going to have to go with all of the water signs for that. I'm not really a watery kind of person. I like things to be more discernible. Not necessarily black and white, not necessarily, the world doesn't have to be so obvious, or this is that and that is this, but it's just hard to make sense of anything, including life experience, when you're watery like that. And again, this goes back to the emotion, when you're just emotional like that, and with Pisces, for example, and I think if I had to choose a least favorite sign, that would be Pisces. Which you think is kind of odd because it's right next to Aquarius, so in theory the traits of Aquarius should bleed into Pisces, but I don't. But to me, there's a world of difference between them, and even though any given planet moves from Aquarius into Pisces in a matter of an instant, it's still just a huge transformation. Pisces, you have the two fish. You have it seems very wishy-washy. It seems very deceptive, but not intentionally deceptive, because Pisceans don't even know what they want, so if they're misrepresenting what they want, then you can't really hold that against them. Cancer, I'd say that, my least unfavored, or my favorite water sign is Cancer, because they're more homely type people. It's a cardinal sign, so even though they're emotional, they're comfortable in that. They have tradition backing that. They have some establishment in that. So it's not so much as emotion consuming your life as much as some of the other signs. So that's not bad. I do generally sort of admire the qualities of fire signs, the ability to take initiative. I think people who take initiative are what makes life interesting, and people who think that they're conceited people who think that they're something special. They're kind of annoying to deal with on a personal basis, but still, if you keep your distance from them, those kinds of people are what make the Earth interesting. And same with the Mercury ruled signs like Gemini. So that's a very communicative one. So everybody has a lot of good ideas, but Geminis are able to express their ideas in a more coherent way than most people. So if you don't know someone's ideas, then you can't really find them that interesting. But if you're communicative enough to be able to express your ideas, then yeah, I find those people quite fascinating, and think that because they're so organized in their minds, they have a lot of good ideas and a lot of and their outlook on the world is something to be admired. With my Libra sun sign, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I don't really love it. I don't really hate it. But I guess that's a sort of Libra way to think about it. Sort of, ironic, but not really, but something like that. So, but I think that's I'm comfortable in that sun sign. I like the fact that I have that sign, but I don't really think that the world's a better place. If the world would be a better place if more people had that sign. The way I feel about Aquarius, I guess. But yeah, with Libra, if there's balance, then it's good for me, because then I can see both sides of something. And even probably throughout this video, I'm not 100% decisive in any of my opinions. And I know just a few seconds ago I bashed Pisces for that very quality, but yeah, it's something that's I think useful in small doses. And even though I like some signs better than others, I'm thankful to heavens that all people are a combination of lots of different signs and different planets and different places. And I think that this balance, just the variety of people, just the fact that there's all stripes, people balance out each other perfectly, and people complement each other perfectly. So I'm glad that the world has all these different signs, even though there are some that I like and some that I don't really like. I can more than appreciate the strength of Taurians, and I can appreciate the way that Virgos see the world from an intuitive way, from a again, their thoughts are well organized. So yeah, I mean, basically all signs are good. Aquarius was great. The water signs, not so much. And thumbs up for you, Gemini. So yeah, thanks for watching, and that's sort of a little bit about me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.